Welcome everyone. We have been talking about cluttering and decluttering initially. And the concept was to identify the clutter first. If you identify the clutter, like a stain on a cloth or some dirt, that identification is first. Then you can clean it. When you clean it, then you see the surface. Oh my goodness, this is really like this. The utensil that was a little dirty now is shining. So when we declutter ourselves, we see the real self. So this is one way to look at ourselves, the body. For example, when we get up, we talked about that. There's some stiffness or something. Oh, my knees are stiff. Oh, my shoulder is hurting. My shoulder is hurting. Who is my? Who is the person talking? It's not you. It's not shoulder. You're not the shoulder. You're not the knee. Who is that my? Think about that a little bit. So that therefore now you separate yourself from the body area. Same thing with the mind. I am angry. I am angry is one. I have anger. If you say it a little differently, you'll be surprised. I have anger, you're separating yourself. I am angry is you're owning it. That means you're wearing it yourself. So there's a way you start separating yourself. Now, here's a very interesting parable that I was reading. And the parable has to do with the two elements of God. We say everything is God, right? But there is a difference that we create, and that's Paramatma and Jivatma. The Paramatma is the overall God. And the soul that comes into the body is called Jivatma. In our language, they do separate the two. Paramatma is the omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. But when it comes into the body, yes, it behaves like a God. It is doing all those things that the God is, and we talk about that all the time. The cells and all that, we are alive, life is there. But there are certain changes. We go up and down in the body. Body gets sick, body gets better, all that stuff happens. Growth. Situations. We break the bones. We have situations in the body. We have situations in the mind. That's the experience that the entrapped Jivatma gets all the time. And that's what we experience life. The parable was interesting. Here's a boy laying down in his bed one evening, night. And he was thinking about, the zoo. And he thought about the zoo and thought about a tiger. My goodness, the tiger is free. The tiger is free. Look, somebody forgot the lock. Lock was open. And he was thinking about all this, but he was not afraid. He was awake. He said, my goodness, it is true, but it's a tiger in the zoo. I don't see the tiger, tiger is, fair enough, but then he fell asleep. When he fell asleep, he had the dream of the tiger. Now he was sweating. Now he was crying. In the dream, it was real. The tiger was real for him. Oh my God, what happened? Only thing that he fell asleep. And the parable is very similar to what happens when the Paramatma is there. Is awake. Doesn't have anything to do with anything. There's no fear. There's nothing. But when it comes into the Jivatma state, we're trapped within we say samsara is a trap, the world is a trap. We're trapped into it. The boy was trapped into the sleep. As soon as he was trapped into the sleep, he started dreaming. Why we say this Jagat is just like a swapna. That's what happened here with the boys falling asleep and having dream. As long as we are entrapped in that sleep, We're going to have the body situations, we're going to have the mind situations, we're going to have the emotional situations, we're going to have up and down of energy. If that does not happen, you are not entrapped or not alive. As soon as the boy will be out of sleep, he will be awake. No more tiger around, you see. So that parable was very powerful for me. Then I was thinking about something more, a little bit more. This was thinking as I was doing Om chanting this morning. This is a thinking that happened to me, and I just want to share that with you. It's the fact that you can imagine a big ocean. The ocean is stable, calm, everything. It's not moving. It's movement, minimum movement. It's like, and that's prashanta. This is the eternal peace. That's like Paramatma. But what happens? Now 5 elements come into picture, okay? Just imagine how Pancha Mahabhut comes into picture. 5 elements. It starts with the water. Ocean is the water. Then comes heat, sun. And so now, because of that, it gets transformed into vapor. And the Vayu element comes in. With all, so water, we have that. And so already we have water, Agni, Vayu Tattva. And it gets into the Akash. And it gets into the Akash Tattva. Because it is rising up into that space. And then it rains. It falls on the earth. Now we got a Pancha Mahabhut already. All 5 states came in as this thing happening. But just imagine what happened now. This was Paramatma, okay? Everything, ocean was totally Pacific, like the Pacific. Nothing was happening to the ocean. It was cool, calm, everything. But then it became transformed into water vapor, then the clouds, and the clouds at different shapes, and then rain. What happened to the water now? Think about that. Now it's trapped into, like Jivatma is trapped into this cycle. The cycle happened. Now the water comes down on the mountain. Now the water gets dirty a little bit. But then a lot of water gets collected and forms a stream. And the stream goes up and down, all the way, coming down. As all kinds of forces act on the stream. It becomes a river. Or the river goes into a waterfall, and we all take pictures of waterfall now. Fantastic waterfall. But what's water doing? Water is falling. My goodness, water is experiencing that pain or whatever is happening to the water, foaming up. And then it goes down in the river. The river then goes down into small ponds. The pond collects, pond gets into the earth. What happens to that? It becomes plants. Plant is, everything is 70-80% water. Everything is 70% of earth and everything is water. So the water transformation has happened all the way. And then finally it gets back into the rivers and back into the ocean. That's the cycle. So I was thinking about that cycle, and it really matched the whole, how Pancha Mahabhut came in and how the water started, the water cycle experience that we go through this. As long as the boy is asleep, boy will continue to have the tiger with him and be afraid. We'll be having all the things, and so it is natural to have that, just to recall that we are from the ocean. That awareness is helpful to us all the time. That we're part of the infinite, and so infinite practice is a very deep practice, and if you are able to adjust that to our thinking more and more, is as long as we're embodied, it's not going to be that straightforward. But the awareness, everybody calls this Atma Chintana. This is what they call it. Think about it and experience.